All right, everybody, we're here with Lindsay Silverman from Nikon, and as you can probably guess, Nikon's got some great new products coming out in 2012, and we're here to talk a little bit about the D4, and we got a resident expert here with Lindsay, so thanks, Lindsay, for talking with us.
Oh, you're quite welcome. So, seems to be the big hit of the show. I got to tell you, the excitement of the camera and everything going on in the show has been really quite gratifying. I mean, a lot of hard work that goes into a product like this. So the D4 is a brand new Nikon flagship camera, and it will replace our D3S flagship camera, which has been the standard in the market for the last couple of years.
Right.
And so what we've done differently with D4 that we've had on D3S is we've increased the resolution by over 4 million pixels. It's a 16 megapixel camera.
Wow.
It is a full frame camera. So it's an FX format CMOS sensor. The ISO range has also been expanded. So the range from the lowest to the highest is really an astounding ISO 50 all the way up to 204,800. So you can imagine, you know, what separates a camera like D4 from really all the other cameras in our lineup is that the people who use this generally tend to work in the most awful lighting conditions possible. So sports photographers and photojournalists, wedding photographers who will use D4, they typically work in very low light. So high ISO with total image clarity is really what's important to them, and this camera has it. Also, it's got an amazing 10 frames per second burst rate. And while sports photographers will take full advantage of that, even in the wedding market, that becomes hugely important because they need to capture a decisive moment. So they might just flick that shutter release, maybe 2 or 3 bursts, but that is really important and critical to getting that moment. Now, we also know that in the last couple of years, since D3 literally was introduced in 2007, that the entire marketplace has changed with requirements for what photographers need to do. So in some cases, photographers are required to shoot stills and some video, and in some cases, photographers are being asked to shoot video. And we've seen it in all ends, from the photojournalism end, from the wedding end, wildlife. If you have a camera that can shoot both still and video and do both with very high quality, then you know you've got a product that photographers want to gravitate to. So D4 packs in it an equal amount of impressive video features that's on the still side. 1080p at all the various resolution, at all the various shutter speeds. It's got crop modes like a DX crop mode or a 2.7x crop mode that allows you to use either our DX Nicors or extend the reach of telephoto lenses. It's got stereo input, so of course you can use a stereo mic, but more importantly, on the LCD now we've got peak meters, so you can actually set very precisely the level of volume sound, and a headphone jack, so you can plug headphones in and you can really concentrate and listen to the sound coming out of the camera. You've got an HDMI out, so you can record streaming video to an external recorder, uncompressed based on the H.264 codec. So you bypass that H.264 that you would get using the cards, and you get uncompressed video. So there's a ton of more things in the camera, of course, that I'm not covering now. And the specs are all up on the website, but the response has been very gratifying. And what's really gratifying for us is that our professional customers who have been with us and so loyal with D3 and other series cameras are now going to have a next great picture-making, video capturing tool for their arsenal. So we're very happy about that, and I know they're happy. The response has been killer.
Absolutely exciting, and for you video people, you know how important it is to get that uncompressed video, to bypass that MPEG-4, and to go right in, wow, and to get stereo sound now, and to improve the sound capabilities, better in low light. Wow, yeah. Bigger and better things from Nikon, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Take care. All right, everybody, we're here with Alex Buono. We're lucky to have him. He is a cinematographer for Saturday Night Live, and he has hands-on production experience with Canon's latest camera, the C300, and he's also shot extensively with the 5D Mark II. So just tell us a little bit about what was the big difference you noticed, improvements going to this camera.
Well, I'll say Canon's been pretty amazing in the last couple of years, working with cinematographers, talking to us about what we love and what we dislike about the 5D Mark II and the 7D, and what we'd like to see in a new cine-style camera, and pretty much everything that we asked them to put into their next camera, they put into this camera. So it's got a lot of features that the DSLRs never had into it. I mean, ultimately, the 5D Mark II was never intended to be a video camera or a cine-style camera at all, and so they didn't have things like timecode, and it didn't have things like SDI outputs, and a lot of the things that you would expect. They only had one card slot. They didn't have XLR inputs. So all of these basic production tools, they never thought to include on a 5D Mark II, then they realized, oh my God, everyone's been using this for videos and films and commercials. Let's build a real cinema camera, and so that's what they've done, basically.
So using this in an actual production environment, what was your biggest thing that you loved about it as opposed to having used the 5D Mark II?
Well, I love the ease of use of it. The 5D Mark II, once you've got it sort of built up, it works really well. But you've always had to sort of jerry-rig it. You know, you've got pages for it and little sort of like, oh, we're little workarounds because there's no SDI out, so we're using an HDMI out.
Yeah.
We're getting a little box to sort of split the video signal. Well, now we got a camera that basically does all of those things. It's got time code, so it's got XLR input, so we can record it. So it's just like having a real cinema-style camera again, where we're no longer having to sort of figure out little workarounds to make this gorgeous image sensor work for us. This is a camera that's got all that going for it. The other thing that I want to add is that it's a brand new image sensor. So while we always associate the 5D Mark II with having this incredible low light sensitivity, this is brand new, way more sensitive. And the way that it's processing the image sensor and the way that it's processing color is entirely new, and it's way better. So there's a lot of things that I just really, really love about this, more than the 5D Mark II or the 7D.
Right. And anything about the lens to add, or it's just, it's really sharp, I'm sure.
What I'd say about the lenses is that, you know, these are cine-style lenses.
Right.
And so ultimately, you know, the still lenses that Canon's made, the L-series primes and zooms that I've been using, they're just as sharp. I mean, they're gorgeous lenses, they handle flares really well, but they're not made for pulling focus on, for example. Whereas these cine-style lenses that have got stops that you can set, they've got, you know, all these focus marks, they've got a wider barrel, it's made for video production, as opposed to these gorgeous L-series still lenses that are made for autofocus still photography, which is a big difference. So having the new cine-style lenses and all of the accessories and all of the different tools and features of a cine-style camera make this a pretty phenomenal package.
Yeah, it really seems like an amazing step up. Thanks so much, Alex, for talking with us.
You bet.
And I know you're a busy man, so thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.